Cogglesford Watermill in Sleaford, and my name's Annie.
Yes, right, well, that's enough information for now. Annie, tell us a little bit. We're going to have a tour in a minute with a chap called Andy.
You are?
Who's very camera shy, but we've talked him round on that, haven't we? A little bit about the history of the Cogglesford Watermill then. What on earth is it?
Well, we're still a working watermill. It's been here a long, long time, this place. So basically, it dates back to the Domesday Book. Obviously not this particular building that we're in at the minute. We date this to 250, 300 years old. But the site itself is really, really historic. Right. And we were named in the Domesday Book as the Sheriff's Mill. So if you ever hear us referred to as a Sheriff's Mill, that basically means we were owned by the Bishop of Lincoln.
All right.
Which meant that a lot of the local farmers were obliged to use this place to come and grind a proportion of their wheat, or whatever they'd like to be ground, usually wheat.
They had to mill their wheat.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so there were a lot of watermills at the time. There were 18 at one point along this stretch of the River Slea, which is quite surprising because it's only 13 miles long. So 18 watermills is a massive amount. But this one was the most important. And purely because it was owned by the bishop, a lot of the farmers, if any of the others were full, they had to come here next, or they'd have to set aside some to be milled here.
Oh.
Which is why we think it's still here and still working, is because it was so well used, maintained, working all the time.
Oh, okay. And you have events on here through the year, and there's a cafe. We must plug everything.
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
Yeah.
We do events. We've got a brilliant volunteer called Celia, and she plans lots of family events. So we have things like we've done World Chocolate Day, we have baking days, photography workshops, things like that, because it's in such a lovely area, so there's a lot to do.
So you come and do those things, and then you wander off with some flour that was actually milled here.
You do indeed, yeah.
Wow, okay, so it's all here. And what's downstairs? I saw some honey and some what healing items. Is that what they are?
Yeah, we've got a really lovely little gift shop. So what we try and do in the gift shop, we've got a few little souvenirs, with our name on. We use as local as we possibly can, so we try and showcase local producers. So we've got a lady called Angela. She's got a company called Village Bee, so she does all different honey products.
Right.
And the herbal remedies and teas.
That's what I meant. That's the wording I meant to use, but I just said things that fix you or something. I don't know what I said. But anyway, we're okay. We're okay. Andy is our tour guide. Do your thing, Andy. Tell me about the Cogglesford Watermill.
Right. Well, first of all, welcome to Cogglesford Watermill. Behind you here is the mill. You can see two distinctive patterns here. Up to halfway was the original mill built in the 1740s, 1750s, we're not sure the exact date. Above that, the different brick pattern was the addition put in 1825, which was coming up to the heyday of the mill when it was really built, really busy, and that was built as a storage room for the grain.
Oh, okay.
The river comes down here through the grating. You cannot see the wheel from here. It's built inside. Not unique, but quite unusual.
Okay.
We don't know why, but it is. So many of our visitors walk up towards us and say, "You're not a watermill," expecting to see a watermill. But we have got one.
It's hidden away.
And it's hidden away.
We're going to find it. We'll find it.
You've just entered the main part of the mill building. Up until recently, we thought this part was built in 1771, but we now have evidence that indicates perhaps a little longer, possibly 1820s, 1840s.
Wow.
All the history of the mill are on those boards that you see behind you. The Domesday Book, 1086, does say that there were 18 mills along the stretch of water. We're not actually named, but it's almost certain that we were one of them.
Okay.
Because in 1128 we are mentioned as a mill here. The land was owned by the Bishop of Lincoln, and he kept good records. So, on visiting the mill, we get sacks of grain from a local farm. It comes straight off the fields, nothing is added. We just stone grind the grain. Right. Nothing is added, nothing is taken away. We take the grain in sacks on a chain and pulley system to the top of the building, where it is put in hoppers and then it gravity feeds down into the millstones.
Oh wow, we need to see that, Andy.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're now on the stone floor. We have two sets of stones, this one behind me These are called French stones. They are a smallish stone which are packed in plaster and then banded.
Right.
And we use these because we can adjust the fineness and the consistency of the flour we make. So we can either make rough wholemeal, which we then put through another machine to get white flour, or we can make fine wholemeal. Over here are Derbyshire grit stones. These are the stones you normally associate with the mill. Right. The huge big things you see lying on the side of the road up in the Derbyshire Dales. They are used for making good quality fine wholemeal, which we sell for baking purposes. This big wheel you see here, called the spur wheel,
which, by the way, I'm not allowed anywhere near because, yeah, it could have my head off that.
very easy to.
Yeah.
It's driven off the main shaft, which is driven by the wheel. To connect either set of stones, I will have to move here. We move this small cog into the big wheel.
Right.
Which means that we can get the stones to turn much faster.
Yeah.
Here we have the wheat as is grown in the field, and that is obviously thrashed. It gets put in a sack, and that is how we get it, wheat. And that comes here, and that goes upstairs and trickles down through the stones. And what that produces is wholemeal, which is, that one's quite rough, but we can make it finer if we wish. We then put it through a machine called the bolter, which is the machine behind you. If you'd like to come this way, this is purely a demonstration model.
But this is how we get white flour.
But this is how we get white flour.
Uh-huh.
We put the wholemeal in here. It goes through, which is basically a sieve with brushes inside it. Very small holes here, larger holes there. So as it goes round, the white flour comes out there, and the bran, which is the kernel, the outside, comes down there, and we'll have a sack in each place.
Sure. So you sell the bran as well, do you?
We give the bran away.
Do you?
We give the bran away for free. There is not really a market for bran.
Have you heard of bran flakes?
No, it's just little tiny
Well,
little...
can't you turn it into that?
No, we haven't got the machinery to do
Right.
that.
Okay. Well, Kellogg's will probably take it off you.
So we're not a commercial mill. We are a heritage museum